All right. Reflections for week 10 of the Progresso case and noodles. So I think the one that stood out to me the most, I mean, I think the noodles one was really good too, but I think I really liked the Progresso one because it was really dire need. It seemed like a lot of the other cases that we've been in, we've done, they're kind of like on the up and up. And they're like, hey, how do we grow? Where do we get extra financing? Do we grow naturally, or do we IPO, or do we, sell off some ownership or whatever? This one, they went through some good growth and they made some really key decisions, and I felt like they were good decisions, but things weren't so hot for them there at the end. And so I think that made me think about things in a different light, looked at things that they should have done differently. And I think that was the whole idea behind the case. I really appreciated that. For me, I think one of the biggest things for them was how they compensated their account executives. I think it was basically their salesmen. I think basically the loan pitchers, AEs. I would propose, and I don't know how well this would work for the loan market, but in my experience and other sales and whatnot that we've done with our companies, we find that good salesmen value performance-driven compensation. So what I mean by that, so I would propose that they go 100% commissions rather than any kind of base plus commissions. I know that's kind of difficult, and I think when training comes up, there's a lot of things that kind of come up there, but maybe you can figure out ways to compensate for those types of training sessions and whatnot. But for me, for the most part, I would propose that it's purely commissions. From my experience and from our experience growing companies, some startups that we've grown, when you do that, you tend to get a higher caliber salesman, somebody who's excited about closing deals, and it becomes a bigger deal to them. I feel like maybe Progresso, that was something they lacked, and I think at the very end you kind of saw that in the case that the employees didn't really care about meeting their goals. They just were willing just to sit there and get their $8 an hour job. So that is not the kind of salesman they want naturally, and I think they realize that, of course. But I would propose that they go 100% commissions. And then the other thing that stood out to me in that case was the fact that at a couple instances throughout the case, executives or managers didn't speak Spanish. So there was that disconnect, there was that language barrier. And I think especially in that type of a business where they're focused so entirely on the Spanish market, that's their target segment. They really need to get executives and managers that speak Spanish, so there's not that disconnect between employees and managers. Yeah, I mean that's an uphill battle already as it is. So I would propose that's another thing they really needed to change. So those are kind of my key takeaways from this week's material, especially the Progresso case. It was awesome, and I look forward to next week. Thanks.